Well, what am I do, my friends? What am I do? Welcome to the happiest ship on the internet. Welcome to the freest ship on the internet. Welcome to the Gaming Galleon. I'm Captain Raz. You know, just another pirate out there pulling. There's a lot of them out there. Oh, they're out there. There's not just me. You look around the internet, you're gonna find other pirates. The thing is most of them though tend to like to sit on the couch and just play video games. I'm all for video games, but for God's sakes, don't you want to go somewhere? I mean, there's a big wide world out there. There's 10 million places that you could be playing video games. Why would you just sit on your couch and play them? And that's what we do here. We go through all the trouble once a week to take this big, hunking, heaping wooden ship out to some exotic location and play video games there. Who would have thought? And we do it all for you fine folks out there. This week, we happen to be... It's really uptight. I gotta tell you, I'm not that excited about where we're at. I don't know. Some of the crew is looking... They're looking to get on what, you know, like a self-guided tour of this place. Some people want to see the sights around the area. I'm not that excited, to be honest. I'm probably just gonna hang around the ship until we leave and head back to Indianapolis. But you know, whatever. Everyone has their own tastes. In my opinion, where we are today is just a little too uptight, and I'm just a little worried that I'm gonna say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing. Next thing you know, boom, the ship's impounded. We find ourselves, believe it or not, in the parking lot of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Now, when I popped this week's game in, and the navigator brought us, said we were coming here, I don't know. I told the crew to just, like, you know, take a little look around the ship, make sure there's nothing that's, you know, maybe, you know, do we have all the Chinese, you know, reproduction carts put, you know, maybe under a carpet or something like that. All those plug and plays that were made, you know, 10 years ago that were in mall kiosks. The guy who made those ripped off Nintendo ROMs and is now rotting in prison. Let's make sure we put that, you know, behind a picture, painting or something like that. I'm just worried, you know, because you never know what the old FBI is up to, and that's what this game's all about today. This game is actually inspired not by the FBI and not by me. This one came from the mind child of one of you guys out there. We had a guy named Brass Tack come into the mess hall last week, and he was watching the show, and you know, we have a little post show after the show and chat, and he happened to say, what can we do to get a Cuphead playthrough out of you? And if you don't know what Cuphead is, it's one of the... I'd say it's probably the most well-known... Oh, that's not true. There's a lot of them. But it was definitely a game that set the gaming industry on fire for about 6 months, up and coming to where it is today. And it does seem to be like it's going to be one of those instant classics. It's basically a run and gun. It's certainly heavily inspired by, say, Contra. What's another good run and gun? Gunstar Heroes. However, this one, the theme to this one is it's all made as if a cartoonist from the 1930s made a run and gun. So take a look at one of those public domain cartoons where, like, there's dancing flowers and, you know, there's like a bear, banging away at a piano, and, like, you know, I don't know, like, you know, the stars are in the sky singing. Think of that kind of setting and put it into a run and gun with, obviously, you know, some dark undertones, and you have Cuphead. I would love to play Cuphead. Some people think that I'm only a retro gamer. That's not true. But for the most part, it's very hard to hook modern systems up to the Navigator. Sony, for example, I can't hook a PlayStation 4 up to this thing. It rejects it entirely. As for the Xbox One, I don't own one because I think it would be utterly silly to have two modern day consoles these days because they are so very much alike, and they nickel and dime you absolutely everywhere. Who wants to spend $120 a year just to keep their two modern day systems online? That's just silly to me, or have online play on them. So I have a PlayStation 4, and as a result, that means Cuphead is out on me. Cuphead's only available on PC via Steam, I believe, and Microsoft Xbox One. So we can't play that. I don't know that the Navigator is really capable of playing games. I don't think it's worth trying. I don't want to be bogging down the hard drive of the Navigator that's responsible for getting us on the air every week with, fly-by-night video games. We have enough in physical copies that we can do it that way and give the Navigator a little bit of breathing room, let it focus on what it needs to focus on, which is getting us on the air and getting us out to our destination every week. Make sense? I hope so. But when he said Cuphead, I thought, no, I can't do Cuphead, but I don't know how it popped into my head, but I immediately thought, I do, however, have a pretty interesting alternative. And let me show you what that is today. This is another game that was made by an indie developer somewhere maybe around 10 to 15 years ago. And like Cuphead, it very much did set the video game industry on fire. And then it, took its moment in the spotlight and then retired. But luckily, it became such a big game, and I hope this happens with Cuphead. It started on the internet and became such a popular property that the company actually pushed it out to modern-day systems in physical format. And you're going to be surprised, if you haven't heard of it, how very similar to Cuphead this game is. Without further ado, this week we're going to be playing Alien Hominid for the Nintendo GameCube. This also made it out to PlayStation 2, made it out to Xbox, and then, as I said earlier, began on the PC. This was a free game originally, back on Newgrounds days. You ever heard of Newgrounds? They had like Flash games. I don't know if they're still around. But this game really kind of set the industry on fire, and it's made by a company named Behemoth. They also made a very famous game called Castle Crashers, a really good brawler that also, unfortunately, never got a physical release. But this game is basically about an alien who's just passing by Earth, and the FBI catch him, see him on the radar, think he's a UFO, think he's a danger to us, and then shoot him down. And it's basically your job. They shoot you down, take your technology, and leave you for dead. It's basically your job to get up, pull out your blaster, and blow apart as many FBI as possible on your way to getting your ship back. Now, we're not going to get the ship back. We've got, there's like 15 levels here. We're just going to play a couple levels. But there's going to be a lot of action to see. You're going to have a lot of laughs. And take a look at this game and think, wow, are we repeating history? Because this is very similar to Cuphead in ways of quality and gameplay and just a style. It really holds its own personal style. So let's get started. It's Alien Hominid for the GameCube, and don't worry, we have a very special booty this week. Very exciting. Uncharted Waters, stuff in there I personally have no idea what's in there, okay? I put a little bit in, I know some stuff, but there's a good majority here, I don't know what it is. I haven't the foggiest. And isn't that when things are the most exciting, when even I don't know? So we'll be checking the booty segment at the bottom of the hour in about 15 minutes. And of course, we'll also be checking the old bag that tells no tales, where you guys put questions in and put me on the spot. Alright? So let's get started. It's Alien Hominid. I looked up the definition of hominid, and I'm still not sure what it means. It's Alien Hominid for the Nintendo GameCube. Oh, allow me. Can't possibly get into the game without the Harper transition, right? Alright, let's get started. I'll give you a little gameplay here. And as if it's not as if I needed to give you any backstory, because you're going to see it all right here. We kill aliens. It's party time. Nothing to see here. All right, here we go. Don't mind if I do. This game is exceedingly difficult. You want to talk about all these Twitchers raging over the difficulty of Cuphead? Alien hominid. It is not pulling its punches in any way. Anyone who happens to know what that tank's about, I'm just gonna leave it there. That's actually that's an obscure internet meme right there. Maybe not obscure, but an old one to be sure. The Snakery Cakery. All right, now here we go. We're already 2 minutes in, and we find ourselves up against the 15-foot mechanical Frankenstein, who just happens to have a laser for a head. Let's see if I can handle him. Very reminiscent of Mega Man, but oh boy, I blew it. Can't believe I let that happen. Very reminiscent of Mega Man in that it's a running gunner that you can charge shot. Why am I doing that? I can't. Oh my god. I'm getting Santa's lap syndrome again, man. I fought this guy like a dozen times by now. I've had no problem fighting him. And now all of a sudden I can't understand the concept of his pattern. Unbelievable. He's almost dead though. There's only so much embarrassment left. I know you guys relish... Ugh. Jump down, Raz. When I make an utter fool out of myself, well, enjoy it while it lasts. Alright, here we go. We got him. Oh, we lost a lot of lives there. But that's okay. It is this game is forgiving like Cuphead in that you get through a level and you can start back there next time. There's an autosave. You're going for score. You're going for some bonus extras. I think there's some mini games you can unlock for this. Woo! Heads up. You guys want to see a fun move? Let's see if I can pull it off. Hey, I'm right here. Where'd the alien go? Ah! Oh, he's choking me. Great sound. And the first time I played this, I was just utterly overwhelmed. Now I think I'm getting the hang of it a little bit, except for that boss. And that boss, he's not that hard. Oh boy, this guy, I don't like the flamethrower guy. How ironic that I wouldn't like the flamethrower guy, but he's got some stamina. Oh, I'm out of grenades? Ah, oh, jeez. Listen to that gun of mine power up. He's frying his own guys. Alright, great, we're out. Let's go. There's even like, you can flip back, flip forward. This is the kind of game that you're definitely going to evolve with. Oh, I hate this sewer guy. He doesn't look like much, but that guy killed me like 5 times once. You really got to be on your toes. This is also 2-player, just like Cuphead. You can get a friend along. Woo! Let's go joyriding. You gotta love the look of a mitigated glee on this alien's face when he's mowing down all of Washington, D.C. Oh! Oh boy. All right, now we're gonna utilize the rolling a little bit. Nice shot, Reyes. That's really wonderful. I don't know if we're going to come back after this. We'll probably play one more level before we come back. I'm really excited about this. I don't know. It's dangerous trying to decide how much time to devote to the booty segment today because I know so little about what we have in store for us. It could be a lot. It could be one big thing. It could be a complete and total disaster. All I know is what we spent on it. That's it. So that's all I'm going to give you once we get into the booty segment. Here's the price. Now let's open her up and see if we got skunked or if we got a deal. We'll see. What is this guy doing? Oh, jeez. Here we go. So it's a second form, right? Oh. Oh, okay. We're almost there. Almost there, baby. Ah! He's got no arms. Oh, my gosh. All right. I'm charging up my gun for one good shot. And I blew it, of course. Of course I blew the shot. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, not time for this. You being a jerk, sir. All right, we got him. All right, I tell you what, I think we're gonna leave it there. And his only friend here on Earth is a couple of kids. There's one. I don't know. Does she run? Is she a bus driver? I don't know what's going on there. Let's take a look at how I did. Style points. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I know I didn't get any on that robot. That's for sure. He really killed me. All right. We'll leave that there. It's loading up. At the old Harper transition here. We'll be back to that in a second. Alright. Cool. Alright, so that's Alien Hominid. What do you think so far? Is it like Cuphead? Is it crazily like Cuphead? It is, in my opinion. Although Cuphead, I don't want to downplay Cuphead's graphics. This was clearly made in the style of, kind of like a South Park, let's make a world that works and go with it. Cuphead is like, as far as the graphics are concerned, it's like a finely aged wine. You could tell they really took time to make every little bit of detail flow and have motivation behind everything that's going on in that game. So not to downplay Cuphead, but if you don't have, a PS, an Xbox or PC, Alien Hominid, excellent alternative. All right. At the risk of going early, we're gonna go into the booty segment here. I don't think that's a big problem. Maybe we'll do a little extra gameplay on the back end. I don't know, but I don't know what to expect here. Basically, what's happened here is our good friend Bismuth has hooked us up with a number of deals before, whether it be a stack of PlayStation 1 games or even a connection to a Virtual Boy. A lot of people come into Bismuth's establishment, the pawn shop, and for whatever reason, they tend to have great retro games, and they're looking for next to nothing to sell them. So, with that pattern happening, I've decided to give Bismuth the reins and say, look, as long as you can keep the budget the way we've kind of been budgeting these lots, as long as you can keep them low, I don't want you to tell me what you're buying. I don't want you to send me pictures anymore and say, do you want this? I just want you to buy a lot, give me a price tag, wrap it up so I can't see it, and I will immediately bring it to the ship, put it in the chest, and let it sit until you guys show up. And that's what we're at today. Alright? I showed up at Bismuth. He said, I got something for you. I said, alright. He showed up. He gave me a bag. He said, it's $26. So we know that. We're already in 26 deep. I said, okay. I looked around the store for anything else that I was interested in, and let's look at that stuff first. All right, because we did get some cool stuff. So this is stuff that just stuff that I grabbed by the floor, or maybe some stuff he had behind the counter that I thought was nice. Let me tell you, there is a lot of physical stuff out there. If you're looking to collect, look at the PlayStation 3 and look at the Xbox 360 right now. It is bare bottom prices. Bare bottom prices. It's insane that we're getting these prices for games that are as deep as PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 games. First one here, we had for the PlayStation 3, The Force Awakens, the Ultimate Sith Edition. Mainly what drew me to this was the steel box. It's got a nice manual there. Looking like it's in good shape. The surprising thing is this fetches quite a price still. In fact, I had a copy of this. It had a big dent here and some stickers and no manual. I was still able to sell it within 24 hours of this broadcast. So what I'm saying is yesterday I picked up the stuff from Bismuth, including this copy. I came home, pulled out my dented copy, put it on Amazon for $30, and it's already sold. So what's that mean? That means we've already basically paid for whatever Bismuth has given us. So that's pretty hot. Of course, I did buy some other stuff here, so we're still a little bit in debt, but that's okay. He was asking $8 on PlayStation 4 games. These games were too common for me to pay $8, so I said I can't do 8 on these. He says, how about 5? So for $5 each, we got Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale games, adventure game. I like the Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know that I'm going to play. I'm dying to play through this, but I don't know. Telltale's good. I thought it was worth it. And here's a great one. This was actually free on PlayStation Plus about, I don't know, maybe half a year ago, maybe a year ago. But I was more than happy to grab a physical copy of Transformers Devastation for $5. You would be hard pressed to find a better Transformers game in history. Just saying. Delighted to find a game that I used to have for the GameCube over the past year, and somehow I have lost. And it's a real shame, because that's really the platform I want this on, but I was delighted to find a copy of this. Midway Treasures 2. I mean, take a look at all the memories there. It's like stepping back into an arcade, isn't it? Look at it. You got Narc, you got the MK series there, Mortal Kombat series. Pretty sure Smash TV's on here. Total Carnage is on here. Actually, I don't think Smash TV's on here. The Total Carnage is. And it appears to have a cheesy third-party memory card with it. We got this guy for 50 cents. Oh, no, that's not true. I bet we got it for $1. Yeah, we got it for $1. Alright. A few more PlayStation 3 games here. Alice, Madness Returns. We've got it. It's still holding the price. This guy's on the chopping block. It's probably going to be sold within the week. Get us another $30. And we're cherry. Everything we bought, we have here today is basically already paid for. How about that? Kingdom Hearts 1.5. Not bad to get this for $2. The Original Fear. I don't think we have the Original Fear, so I grabbed it. I know we have Fear 2 and 3. So I grabbed that guy. This is a game that's always kind of turned my head. It's a very cheap game. I was willing to go $2 on it. It's called Eat Lead, The Return of Mad Hazard, and it's about basically a video game hero from the 80s who has come back to modern day systems. That's all I know. I believe it's a first-person shooter. It looks pretty hot. I mean, look at this. I don't know who makes this. D3 Publisher? I don't know. I'm not a Vicious Cycle. I don't know who that person is, but there's bullets all over the back, and it also says that Will Arnett and Neil Patrick Harris do voiceover work on that. I really like Will Arnett, so it's pretty cool. And then finally, a game we have, but they had the a nice steel box copy of Resident Evil 5. $2. Pretty hard to pass that guy up. We've got the gold edition, but I don't know. Those steel boxes, $2. It's hard to pass up steel boxes. So there you go. I think there was a sleeve for this originally. We don't have that sleeve. All right. So there we go. Okay. So the stuff I picked, we were in it for 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, $23 for that stuff. Okay. And as far as I'm concerned, it's already been paid for because we sold that extra copy of the Ultimate Sith Edition, which I'm really surprised goes for as much as it does. But I guess it's because all the DLCs on the disc. That's a big determining factor. Okay. So now we got to look at what Bismuth has in store for us. Now Bismuth, he's not as knowledgeable as I am when it comes to all this retro stuff. And I don't even know if what he got me was retro. I don't even know if what he got me is gaming. I have no idea. But we're going to see how this works. This is kind of his trial run. This is going to make me decide, are we going to let him just blindly buy for the ship or not? Let's see. But this cost us, whatever's in this bag, cost us $26. Let's see what we got. I'll hold it up for you. It's clicking around a little bit, and if my expert ears were to guess, it sounds like cartridges. I don't know. Let's open her up. All right, it's like Christmas. I got a receipt here. I'm not gonna look at that. What's this? Oh. Now, if there's one thing I get excited about finding in a pawn shop these days, it's Super Nintendo games. We have a pretty cultivated collection. We have somewhere between 150 to 200 of the 700 plus library for the Super Nintendo, and there's a lot of crap on the Super Nintendo. So I think it pays to cultivate the library, but it's always exciting to find a new Super Nintendo game, even if it's something common, because they're just so sought after. And I just had my hands on one. Let's see what we got. What's that? Okay, WrestleMania Arcade. Not bad. Not bad. I know we have this for PlayStation, but we don't have it for the SNES. More than happy to have this very arcadey Midway game. Awesome. All right, we're off to a good start. I'm pretty happy about that. Off to a good start. What else do we have here? That's a game I could play with Angry Hoosier all day. What's this? Scooby-Doo Mystery. We have this one. I don't really care about the labels. The labels are pretty jacked on these, but I'm not worried about that. I'm really not. Honestly, as long as I can see them on the shelf there, they sure beat the hell out of N64 games. That's for sure. All right. Oh, this feels like an NES game. Slalom. Okay, black box title. This is made by Rare, believe it or not. It's actually on the Rare Replay. Oh, and for you nerds out there, super nerds, it's a 5-screw. You'll notice there's 5 screws in the back instead of 3. In some collector circles, that's a big deal. Whatever. It's not that big of a deal. All right. Maybe on like a seminal title like Mega Man, that's a big deal, but whatever. All right, another NES game. Always happy to find these. Goonies 2, great game. Very happy about that. We do have this guy, but not a bad game at all. All right, Goonies 2. Oh, what did I drop? Oh, it's just this guy over here. Got games falling all over the place. All right, how do we get in this bag? Get me in this bag. How are we doing on time? We're 30 minutes into the show. Oh, we got oodles of time. All right, here we go. Super Nintendo. What is that? Dragon's Lair? Nice. I forgot they even made this for the Super Nintendo. Probably a 2D platformer made by Daddy East. Love Daddy East. This is probably a middling platformer, but certainly one we don't have. Biz is doing pretty good. What do we got so far? We got 5 games. and we're at $26, so each game's cost us $5 at a time. High, but we've got more to look at, don't we? What's this? NES? Fester's Quest. Oh man, it doesn't get more common than Fester's Quest, but a good game nonetheless. It's made by Sunsoft. Kind of an open world, top-down shooter. I wish I played more of it. I haven't. Maybe one day that'll change. Alright, another NES game here. Keep them coming. Track and Field 2, absolute favorite of mine. I actually have a box copy of this. If you're looking for a game to give a pal who just got an NES for Christmas or something, make this one of the first games you give him. It's incredibly cheap, and it's got so much variety to it. The graphics are really good. 2-player, 1-player challenges here. What a great game. Love Track and Field 2. All right. What up, you? Oh man, I'm feeling more. Uh-oh, what's this? We got a case here for an NES game. NES game in the big blocky plastic case. Skate or Die! Oh man. Pretty easy to find these two. Alright, that's okay. I have that in the box too. What's this? SNES? Keep them coming, man. SNES, I'm all about it. Oh! You gotta be kidding me. Porky Pig's Haunted Holiday. What's funny about this is I saw a review of this. Heard it was pretty good. I knew it was a really cheap game. Saw it in one store for $6. Then I saw it in another store 2 days ago, last Sunday, for $1. And I bought it for $1. And of course, here we are. We have it. In much better condition than the one I got, that's for sure. Alright. So there you go, upgrade. It's a $1. Yeah, it's in for $1. That's okay. Another SNES game here. Coming at you. Animaniacs. We don't have this. I hear this is pretty decent. Wait, we might have this. I don't know. I think we have it for Sega? I'm not sure. I think it's a different game on Sega, though. Another one here? Man, a lot of SNES games here. I'm pretty happy about this. Pac-Man 2. I hear this is... I don't know. We don't have it. We don't have it. Pac-Man 2. Why would you go from an arcade game, point-based arcade game, to an adventure game? That's what we have here. Believe it or not. An adventure game for Pac-Man 2. Isn't that the strangest... That's almost a stranger departure from original to sequel than, like, you know, Mario or Zelda, going from the first game to the second. Yeah, this is even a further departure than those series. Alright. What do we got? Almost there. I'm feeling the bottom here. We're back in Dinosaur Tale. Okay, this is just a licensed game. Nothing great about it. It doesn't even... Oh, High Tech. It's our friends over at High Tech Expressions. I wonder if there's any real hit that High Tech Expressions ever made. I don't know. But a decent, you know, kiddie platformer. I'm okay with it. We don't have it. That's the real big determining factor. Alright. Is this it? This is the last one? And the final one is Chrono Trigger. No. Let's see what it is. A really beat up copy of Real Monsters for the SNES. And I'm okay with this because we don't have this one out here. It's pretty decent. And I really liked this cartoon as a kid. So, not bad here. We got, what do we got? At the end of the day, 8 SNES games. And of the ones we didn't have, we have this. We have Porky Pig apparently now, of course. And that's it. So 6 games. We might have that anime. I bet we have anime. So we'll say 5 games. So these we didn't have. Alright, so there you go. We didn't have those. So we'll stick those up in the hold. We'll put the others up for trade or something. And then the NES games, we've got all these, but that's not a real big surprise because we have a lot of NES games, so that's no big deal. So we'll put these up for trade too. I may take a couple of these to my parents in Illinois, but I think we even have those there. So all right, so pretty common stuff. We did $26 on 13 games, so that works out to $2 a game. Not too bad. Not too bad. I think he did all right. I think we did okay. All right, so that's okay. So there you go. You know, tell me what you think. Do you think we should still let Bismuth buy games? Do you think we did okay? I'd say yeah. I think we did all right. If I were to pick and choose, maybe I just would have walked out with these 5. But at the end of the day, we between Alice Madness and Sith, we're already getting all our money back here. So it's really no big deal. And those will probably go to trade at a local store for a more uncommon game that we definitely want in the hold. So not too bad. All right. Who's ready to blast some more of the FBI, huh? This next level is really great. How many levels, how many games do you get to be in the middle of a high-speed chase, blasting away at the U.S. government? Nobody clipped that, all right? Yeah, we get to, where are we at? 37 minutes in. Okay, yeah, we'll play a little more of Alien Hominid, and then we'll get over to the old booty site, or the old mailbag here, and we'll wrap her up. All right, let's continue our voyage here just outside of the Federal Bureau of Investigation with Alien Hominid for the GameCube. All right, there she is. Get all this booty off my harp. Jeez. There we go. All right, here we go. Let's begin. Let's continue. Try to keep up, Riz. Try to keep up. All right, here we go. Oh. Going my way? Whoa. Oh, come on. Oh, I like the detail of the windshields getting blown out from us jumping on the cars. Ah! Tree hugger. Oh, where'd I go? I think they shot me. Their bullets, man. Their bullets are very hard to see sometimes. You definitely gotta train yourself by multiple playthroughs to know when these guys are shooting, when to duck. Whoa, whatnot. Oh, come on. You're gonna be kidding me. Oh, jeez. I can't get a shot on this guy. What? Oh, God darn it. Oh, my God. I don't need, like, there's barely, there we go. That's what I needed. A nice big blast. That'll finish him off. Yeah, it's very hard to tell when you're invincible. It really is a game much like Contra or Gunstar Heroes in that it's just going to take you time and time again to understand what's happening to get good. Woo! Oh, that's a bullet. Yeah, there you go. Sorry, taxpayers. Man, the traffic is bad in Washington, D.C. Tree hugger. Oh! Ooh, how do I get one of those? Oh, God. Oh, that didn't work. Maybe if I charge up. Here, catch. Ha ha. All right, boss time. Whoa. 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 Ah! Oh my gosh. Oh, it's rushing. How was I supposed to deal with that? Whoa, where am I? Oh. Man, you see all the chaos here? You barely see where you are. Oh. Oh, come on. Now I tried to roll there. What am I? Oh, maybe if I get into a car. That's what I'm supposed to do. I gotta get into a car. Alright, no problem. I love the sound. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, screw you, pal. That was it. That's the great thing about these games. You always learn a little bit more every time you deal with it. Because initially you're like, this is just absolutely impossible. Oh! I'm out of cars. Oh, come on. Oh, I suck. I'm so bad at this. Whoa, 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 mama. He's at like 3%. Come on. Ah. There we go. We got him. Whew. Sorry about that. Hope you guys had insurance. Farewell. Picked up by the fat kid. All right. Can we get through all this? I want to play a little more, if you're okay with that, guys. The only problem here is we got to deal with all this crap. All the butt padding, if you will. All right. I might just cut this. Flying through the air of Washington, D.C., courtesy of a fat kid with a hang glider. Look, the kids are playing hopscotch here. You got Castle of Crap. That's the kind of place you find me hanging out on a Saturday night. Screw the clubs. I'm going D&D-ing. Oh, he threw a grenade that far? Dang it, dude. Hey, where'd he go? Oh, he's right there. You gotta love the blood. You know, you can turn the core off. You know, I guess if mom's coming over, who in their right mind would want to do that? This really reminds me of like Metal Slug, straight up. Oh, come on. I was, you know, this fat kid's just trying to help, trying to give me a power up. Frankly, he distracted me. That's the only reason I died there. Shouldn't have gotten greedy. Speaking of Metal Slug. Oh, I like that the power-ups change the element of what your grenade does. That's kind of cool. Oh my gosh, are you serious? I can't believe I didn't dodge that. Is he dead yet? Thank you. Pretty full-featured game. You know, this is the kind of game you're going to beat in a weekend. Maybe a sleepover with a buddy. But there is some incentive to play through again. I think there's some mini games you can unlock. And obviously, you know, this kind of game is the kind of game you're going to keep on your shelf for years. Ugh. To pull out and play through now and then. It's got a real, like I would pair this up with, you know, Beautiful Joe on the GameCube is like a really fun, unique 2D experience on this generation. I believe this is the 7th generation. Some people know it. Every generation, you know, what the Game Boy was. I don't know. I guess I could work it out on paper. I believe this is 7th generation. All right, we're doing okay. We're doing all right. How are we doing on time? That's what I get for looking at the clock.
Tell you what, well, next big fight we have, we'll wrap it up there. Always got to wrap it up with a bang, right? Oh, he got me! Look at this. Jumped on his head and then bit his head off. I'm still trying to learn that. There you go. That's classy. I think I finally learned it. Can I do it to this guy? No, he's not having it. Oh, frozen. Whew, got him. Only killed me 3 times. See you later. All right, entering a construction zone. What could that possibly mean for us? Oh, just wait till you see. Oh, baby. Yeah, eat your heart out, Metal Slug. Woo! Charging up my gun for some big blasts. Fresh fish! Hey, anybody needed a wall open up in their house? Give me a call. Oh, and of course, right by the nuclear power plant is when we want to fight against 2 gigantic tanks. All right, you're surrounded by tanks. What's the best course of action? Best course of action is concentrate on one of them, which is what I'm trying to do here. Jeez. We're going to try and kill this left one. Come on, grenades. Oh, he runs me over, of course. As long as I can keep guys from coming out of there. These things take a lot of damage. There we go. She's down. All right, now it's just you and me, Betty. Oh, shoot. This is my last life. This is all the marbles. Yeah, we got him! Whoa, sorry, we blew up the nuclear power plant. Sorry. Let's run this last life out here. Eat your instant pudding. Oh my god. Oh, he got me! Oh. Oh. Maybe I... You know what? Thank you, Galleon. Thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated.
All right. Well, when's the last time you were ingested by a giant instant pudding monster? He smelled like tapioca. All right. That was Alien Hominid. Like I said, if you're too poor like me to have Cuphead, check this guy out. I don't know. Probably going to run you around $15, $20. Basically what Cuphead is. But you get this fancy schmancy case. You got that going for you. And, you know, it really holds its own as far as I'm concerned. As far as running guns go. Brass Tack, want to thank you once again for the inspiration. It's always neat when you guys out there, just chatting with you guys, make me think about the stranger games that we have floating around this old ship. And it makes, frankly, my job easier. I didn't have to think about where we're going. It was already figured out as soon as last week was done. All right, let's check out the mailbag, shall we? Let's check it out. All right, all the way down to the bottom here, we have a question from Internet Sensations. It sounds like a Crystal Light flavor. He asks, "What do you get on your pizza?" What don't I get on my pizza? Actually, generally, if I get to pick, this is an easy question. Thin crust, cheese, obviously, tomato sauce, obviously, spicy tomato sauce. Have you ever heard of Blaze Pizza? You ever heard of this place? This place is great. It's a franchise. They're popping up around the cities. There's a few back home in Indianapolis, and it's basically it's the Subway of pizza joints. You walk in there, and you get a pizza about that big around, and there's like 4 people behind the counter on a conveyor belt with a whole bunch of toppings, anything you can think of, short of anchovies, and you can put anything on you want. You buy the custom pizza, and they will lay it down for you. It's amazing. So if I'm going there, it's really sad. I mean, I can't even pick the pizza up when I'm done. I get the spicy tomato. They have like 5 different cheeses, everything from mozzarella to ricotta, and East Coast, everyone's like, of course it's ricotta. The rest of the country doesn't do that. Just for the record, I tell them to put everything on there, even the blue cheese, every cheese you got. Then we go over to the meats, get some sausage, some Italian sausage, get some pepperoni. As for vegetables, the only vegetables I get are banana peppers. And then, maybe some oregano, maybe some sea salt. Basically a pepperoni and sausage pizza is generally what I'm looking for. And in the right circumstances, I'll get extra sauce over the cheese. I do that at some places. I could talk about pizza all day. In fact, I think I'm going to have one when I get home late tonight when we get the ship all the way home. I would really like to get like a toaster oven or something in here. But considering what happened to the ship about 4 months back, I don't really like to keep a lot of, we have some electricity here, obviously, to get the show on the air, but a toaster oven, I just think that's chancing fate. So maybe we'll have dinner here in Washington, D.C. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Well, thanks a lot. I think that's it for this week's show. I really appreciate you guys stopping in and watching. The shows will continue. The adventures will continue. We will have one next week. I want to especially thank Brass Tack for inspiring this week's show. And I also want to thank First Mate Bismuth for taking the time to keep an eye out and finding us this kind of stuff that we like to see here on the Galleon. Thanks a lot, Biz. Okay, everybody. We'll see you next week. Not sure where. Not sure when. Well, I do know when. Next Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern. Not sure where, but I know one thing for sure. I don't need this. Why am I even picking this up? I know one thing for sure. Wherever we go, we're going to go there together. So until then, well and adieu. Hold on a second. Let's do this right.
Well and adieu to ye fair Spanish maidens. Well and adieu, ye ladies of Spain, for we received orders for to visit the capital of our fair country. And lo, nevermore shall we see ye again.
Keep your powder dry, mateys. Oh, that's yummy. We kill aliens. Nothing to see here.